if we ever get to a point where we have money. Don't steal your child's struggle. Whatever that struggle may be, don't overcompensate. My dad wasn't around, therefore I'll give you everything. No. Your dad not being around was not great, but you are strong today because you had to learn to do things yourself. Be present, support, but let your child also earn. Let them know. Would say, I bought this car. Like my dad said, if you can get 30% of the money, I'll put the 70. So as much as my dad funded it, I also had to hustle for it. My mom pays for my flat, for example, at UCT, but she doesn't pay for the electricity and whatnot. She said, go get a job, hustle, do something. It can't be that way, NJ. Everything is smooth. If you take away someone's struggle, they are left with nothing. The whole point of life, to be honest, is struggle. How do I move from 85 subscribers to 850 to 8,005? That's a struggle. Go through it, Tshwane. Like, make more videos. Your content sucks. I see your audio. So you work through it. But when you've got everything, what now? I don't know. So, thanks, Ashley. Last question. Sir.
I had two questions, but I think I'm going to try and merge them to the best of my ability. So, I'm speaking based on the floor and ceiling effect. I'm not sure if you follow me. So right now, you're in the ceiling.
Ceiling?
Yeah.
I'm at the floor. Hey, people don't know what's coming.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, so you're at the ceiling of what is right now with YouTube in SA, right? And then you get someone like Mbali over there, and then she's starting up. You know, she's not there yet understanding what makes it work. So with where you've been and it having different formulas. For instance, back when I was in primary, a lot of the people who were doing what we call today content at the time didn't even have the words for it, like content, influencer. But we were all here watching Yes Fish, for an example.
Hey, that's my boy. She's Hosan. Yeah, I mean, it's like he's related to my neighbors that I grew up with. Hosan Mbali.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sure.
So he came up. It wasn't even the plan to make content for monetization.
Sure. When I got that fire,
at the time. And right now, we as a generation are mostly still watching them. Not to put out people like Ghost Movie and other people, Mara. Those people now have agendas because they understand those terms now. So it becomes a point where the ceiling now is locked out because of such things, such agendas, and the people at the floor here doing it for different reasons don't always meet the criteria of what the ceiling is, which is the agendas, the monetization, the sponsorships, everything that you basically spoke on today. So it comes to a point where with you at the top, you know, you speak a lot on how the agenda affects us, you know, but at the same time, with you being in the ceiling, what is really the agenda? Because a lot of the time you get to look at things as a black person, let me put it in that perspective, and you're like, well, that thing isn't necessarily for me, you know, as a black person. So how do I make this for us? But then you look at why that thing exists. For instance, you spoke on the little delivery toys that kids have. My younger sister has one, the ones from Checkers. You know, you look at them and you say, why is this there? You ask two very good questions there. But is this there to make the common delivery man a hero, or is it to condition the child to be a delivery man one day? But then you look at Tshwane 20 years ago, 30 years ago now, I think, and there was a show on SABC One called Velap, and he was a hero. He was he was a delivery man, but he was their hero. Back then, yes, we understand the agenda was because the shows were produced by white people to make sure that black people understand that this is what you should see yourself as. But then we look at it 20 years from now and we look at people who are thieves. We look at people who are who are heroes now, legends, like Mam Koli, who recently passed. And she was there within that agenda, but she rose from that and became a hero from that. So with that said, what is necessarily behind, what is the thing behind the ceiling that's conditioning the whole thing to be?
Jeez, what a smart question. 30 years ago, Nanga